If you are viewing this tape, then you want to learn about the uniforms and equipment of a U.S. infantryman and the uniforms and equipment of a German soldier. Pictured here are the two most common uniforms of the Second World War, the wool uniform and the HBT, or herringbone twill uniform. The wool uniform is one of the most common uniforms of the war, despite its hatred by soldiers for its uncomfortableness. Although not as common as the wool uniform, the HBT uniform was still very common, often components being incorporated with the wool uniform. This is a common web equipment layout, featuring a haversack, cartridge belt, canteen, and first aid kit, as well as the entrenching tool. Here are some photos showing these uniforms and equipment being used in action. This is the M1 Garand. It is the common service rifle used by most soldiers during the war. Here we can see a soldier in action. He is wearing his field jacket over top of his HBT uniform. Round his waist is the cartridge belt with the first aid kit and canteen. His cartridge belt can hold 10 clips, which hold 8 rounds each, which adds up to 80 rounds of ammunition for his M1 rifle. On top of his head is the M1 steel pot. It was not meant to stop bullets, but rather stop shrapnel, and has saved many lives during the war. On his back is the haversack with a meat can pouch. Haversack was often used to hold personal items as well as food. On the side of the haversack we can see his bayonet, which was used on the end of the rifle to use kind of like a spear. On the back of his haversack we can also see the entrenching tool. Here is the German wool uniform. Features a 4-button tunic and pants. Here's the German Stahlhelm helmet, used very similar to the steel pot. Here's the German field equipment. Starting from the top is the German mess tin, or Kohlgeschirr. Underneath of that is a German camouflage shelter half, known as the Zeltbahn. These are attached to the belt using an A-frame and Y-straps, sort of like suspenders. Underneath of that is the belt. The belt features 2 ammunition pouches with 3 pockets on each, an entrenching tool with bayonet, a bread bag known as the Brotbeutel, and canteen. Underneath is the gas mask can, used to hold a gas mask. Here's the German Kar 98 rifle. Here are some images of the uniform and gear being in use during the war. Here we can see a German soldier in action. He's featuring the wool uniform. Around his waist is his belt. Tucked in front of his belt is the M43 cap, which went along with the uniform, and a Stielhandgranate, or stick grenade. He has his K98 pouches, and around the side he has his bayonet. On the back we can see he has his bread bag. On his bread bag is his canteen. The bread bag was similar to the haversack that the U.S. used. It was used to hold personal items and rations. On his back we can also see the gas mask canister. Gas was never used during the war, but soldiers still had gas mask bags, gas mask canisters like this, but they mostly just threw away the gas mask and kept personal items inside. This soldier is slightly under-equipped. As I talked about earlier, he would have more web equipment. This soldier might have different equipment depending on what situation he's in. He might be on the move, he might be on a patrol, or he might just be trying to travel light. Same goes for the US soldiers.